Welcome back to more Summoner's War Monster Strategies. Today we're going to be looking at the Dark Vagabond known as Jubelle. Jubelle is a pretty interesting monster because of his combination of his second and third skills, but I'll be talking about that in just a bit. First of all, his stats as a level 46 star. So the stats are as follows: 9,885 HP, 494 attack, 659 defense, and 113 speed. So this Vagabond is a lot faster. And the main reason why is because when he gets awakened, he actually receives a 15 base increase, whatever, in speed. So it goes up to an actually very impressive 113. That's pretty nice, it is. But aside from that, you know, his stats are, I mean, they're pretty average, above average. You know, he's actually the only Vagabond from 5 to have less than 10,000 HP. But, you know, he does have a lot of defense. Actually, he has the most defense, so it does balance out with that. And his attack, you know, pretty mediocre, but he doesn't really need attack. He's more of a provoker anyway. So, let's talk about his skills now. His first skill is one known as Slash Rocks. Swings a giant sword to deal damage and decrease the target's defense for 2 turns with a 40% chance. This attack will deal more damage according to your max HP. The second one is Taunting Strike. Attacks an enemy with a humiliating strike, provoking the target with an 80% chance. And the third one decreases the chances of receiving a critical hit by 50% and decreases the cooldown of your skill each time you attack. Okay, so the combination of his second and third skill basically leads to a strategy which some people consider Perma Provoke, which means permanent provoke. That is assuming you land a provoke every time, which is not always going to happen, but usually it will, if you have pretty high accuracy. But the point is that this skill here, I mean, first of all, it's already an added bonus that you know that he will actually not get hit by a lot of critical hits, which actually makes him more of a tank, really, and it's good because he provokes a lot. So that's good, yeah, that's really good. But also the second half says, you know, decreases the cooldown of your skill each time you attack. Honestly, he only has one skill which has cooldown, because the first skill in any monster does not have cooldown. So this one. The thing is though, you know, you can actually get this, like, if you do it right, you can have this monster only use Taunting Strike the entire time, assuming you're attacked at least once between turns, which is, it's going to happen pretty often, not always, but pretty often. And it's really good, really useful. Like I said, Perma Provoke. It's already a high chance to provoke, and with skill up, I do believe it keeps going higher and higher to 100%. I could be wrong on that, but I'm not entirely sure, so I don't know. But the point is that, yeah, he does utilize a famous strategy known as Perma Provoke. Let's talk about his runes and what you should do. So, the rune recommendations that I was able to find, which either make him All Revenge or Violent Revenge. And the main reason for this is because his first skill, once again, it actually gets scaled based off of HP, and you know, it lands a nice debuff. It cripples defense. Cripples defense. So it's a really good combination, you know, to do that. Violent, you know, just to get more turns, of course. Like any monster, it benefits them. And for slots 2, 4, and 6, go HP, and then either HP or crit damage and an HP. Again, crit damage for slot 4 if you want to utilize the whole high HP revenge with critical damage. Because if you didn't watch the Darren video, I will quickly explain this once again. If you have critical damage in slot 4, assuming you have high critical rate, you can actually do some pretty massive damage, because the first skill gets buffed up with more HP, so if you give him a lot of HP in slots 2 and 6 and, you know, substats, and in combination with the critical damage, that's going to do a lot, because critical damage, you know, just scales off based off the entire damage, so that means including damage that's proportional to whatever stat, which really it adds up to, or not adds up, you know, it multiplies to a really massive number, and that's good. But as far as substats go, you know, same thing, more HP of course, you know, obviously you want some accuracy to make him land the provoking almost all the time, and even the defense break. So that's kind of why you want that, you know. And, you know, speed doesn't hurt as well. I mean, really, this guy, you can go with a lot of things, you know, from critical rate to critical damage. I'm not including all of them in there, but really a lot of things, from critical rate to critical damage, accuracy, speed, HP, a lot of stuff, you know, a lot. Just, I mean, I guess not attack, but whatever, you get the point. So that is pretty much Jubelle. There's not much else to talk about. So if you have any rune recommendations, go ahead and leave a comment. I am sure that people would appreciate seeing some different recommendations if you have any different ones. Also, If you enjoyed this episode in any way, shape, or form, please be sure to leave a like. I would gladly appreciate that. Thank you very much, and I will see you all next time.